we have over 100 systems in the world, and we've had lots of owners contact us with clients that have had miraculous shifts take place. Somebody with chronic pain, one session, and the next day they're like, I don't have to take my CBD oil right now. I feel amazing. Um, or um, uh, a woman with um, crystallization going on inside her inner ear, and the crystallization broke down, and after 20 years of this process, she could finally hear clearly without tinnitus going on in the ear. We've had other people where it's taken longer, a month, maybe 2 months before the changes are seen. And I feel like that attribute is more along the lines of cell reproduction, where some of the cells take longer to reproduce. So if we can give the cells during that phase of reproduction a consistent vibration, a consistent frequency to work with, when they reproduce, they'll then reproduce with that new frequency and not the old one, um, thereby allowing greater health. Um, so it's a yes and no question or answer there.
Which is the answer to most questions in the world,
Right. Hmm.
depending on who you are. But, speaking of what this treats or what this helps, because I don't want to say treat. Treat is one of those tricky words. What this helps in improving, let's say, within the human body. Are there certain conditions or people or patients that are more prone to healing or to feeling the effects of the crystal bed? Or is this we could use this on everyone and they should see improvement type of case?
Really, the biggest limitation is the person's willingness to set aside their beliefs for 45 minutes or an hour or however long the session is. Set aside your beliefs and say, what if and maybe? I'm going to have fun with this. Yes, I can heal. We then see the biggest improvements. Uh, I would say people that are coming in looking for something to heal them rather than empowering themselves to heal themselves, because really we have the ability to heal ourselves from any kind of illness, any kind of disease. um, the biggest limitation is us. When we take the power out of our hands, when we take our own abilities, ourselves own ability to do the healing, we then really are doing a disservice to ourselves and the people that we're going to see. We're expecting, maybe it's a Reiki practitioner or a doctor or really anybody. If we are taking our own empowerment away and giving it to them and saying, you have to do this for me, I need a pill, I need this, I need this, it's not going to be as effective.
Well, let's talk about that for a second because most of medicine, as we know, takes on that approach. The doctor, no, we'll give you a pill for that. Don't worry about it. No responsibility, no need for intention in this or willingness, even. You may be miserable right now. That's fine. We have a pill for that too. So there's a pill for everything. And there is this approach, I feel like, that many people, after they've gone through that route and haven't seen improvement, end up at a center like ours or one of the many that may have this device. And they've already gone into a system of belief, I would say, that is very hard for them to have an intention that is a positive, high consciousness. So would you suggest that they work on that before using, and how so, the quantum crystal bed? Because if you have someone that has a very poor, let's say, scale of consciousness,
Hmm.
they're in
Right.
grief, fear, whatever it is, just negativity, don't feel or basically feel like they're forced into this type of woo woo treatment, they would say,
Yeah.
and are skeptical. They're not the ideal candidates for this, correct?
Correct.
What would you say they can do to become more ideal candidates?
you know um, the work, the law of attraction, the work from Abraham Hicks, um, Esther Hicks and Abraham is so amazing in shifting people's consciousness, of shifting people's state of mind from from that state of poor me, I'm not good enough, I'm not this enough, I don't have enough of this, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough health,
Yeah, victimization mentality, right?
over to the possibility of what if and maybe. Let's dream, let's know, let's believe that it's possible. Because what I'm experiencing in this now moment is nothing more than habituated past thoughts and beliefs that have shown up into that moment, which is now then, because of the 10 seconds later type of thing. So if we can get out ahead of what we are experiencing and try to forecast the next hour, the next day, the next whatever it may be. I love my body. I love how I feel. I know that right in this moment, I may not be feeling great, but I am in full trust that the universe is providing for me, that I have the ability to feel great and I am willing to feel great. I love feeling great. Working myself up to better feeling thoughts, staying consistent with it. Myself, I do meditation every day. I feel that's so important. It doesn't mean to sit like a yogi for an hour in pain and suffering, um, but rather, meditation for me is about being in a comfortable place, maybe listening to a background noise. Maybe it's a fan or something like that for a consistent amount of time. Maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's 20 minutes. It's enough to shut my mind off, to stop the monkey mind, to get into a point in space where it feels like I'm floating. And then I can then start shifting my thoughts to a better feeling place. I can't immediately go from I'm sick as a dog to I feel great. I have to work myself up to it. It's almost like going out for a run and starting at a full sprint. I'll be dead on my feet 100 feet later, whereas I can start slowly and work up to a nice pace. Uh, that's probably the best way that I've discovered to up level my thinking, because my belief system is nothing more than an habituated thought process of thinking something over and over again until it becomes a belief. And it's I created that belief. I can uncreate that belief. And when I allow myself to experience joy and fun and love, I just feel better overall. Um, Things work out for me.